She had entries in there that Bobby is out to get Jimmy Hoffa, and, quote, I'll put that SOB behind bars, or no what, something like that. She had entries in there regarding Bobby told me that he was going to have, Castro murdered. And the entries, most of them began with Bobby told me. I told her that walking around with that was just like having a walking time bomb, and not to tell anybody else about it. I had asked her if she had told this to anybody else, meaning about the press conference coming up on Monday morning. And she said, yes, I've told a few people. And I told her, I said that I thought that would be very, very dangerous. And she said, well, she didn't care at this particular point.
The conversation that came across the receiver was music, people talking, and it would fade in and fade out. And I then beginning to recognize the voices, the Bostonian accent and Marilyn Monroe, and I heard the president call Marilyn, or Marilyn calling the president Prez. The footsteps left the living, which I assume was the living room, and went into the bedroom where there was another transmitter which picked up all the activity in the bedroom, which was cuddly talk and taking off the clothes and the sex act in the bed. You can hear the springs squeaking and so on and so forth.
Marilyn came to her bedroom door. I was sitting in the living room, and she said, good night, Mrs. Murray. I think I'll turn in now. And she closed the door. Then I don't know. I'll have to admit, I don't know. When he arrived, she was not dead, because I was there then in the living room. The Kennedys were a very important part of Marilyn's life. And so that I was I wasn't included in this information, but I was a witness to what was happening.
And you believe that he was here that day?
At Marilyn's house?
Yes.
Oh, sure.
That afternoon?
Yes.
We took Marilyn Monroe in on an overdose. And, of course, she succumbed at the hospital.
You mean that you were called to the house and you took her alive in
Yes.
coma?
In coma, yes. She was completely out.
The car drove up, and then people got out, and I said, oh, there's Bobby Kennedy, and they went from the car to the house. That really is all that I saw.
You're absolutely convinced it was Bobby Kennedy?
Oh, I know it was Bobby Kennedy, yeah.
No question of doubt in your mind?
The only time that Bobby was out of my sight was from the time he went to bed, sometime after 10 o'clock. And when I saw him in the early morning at breakfast, and he was with me all the rest of the time.
Chief Parker told me confidentially that Bobby Kennedy was supposed to be north of Los Angeles. Some said he'd make a speech, but that actually he said he was seen in the Beverly Hilton Hotel in Los Angeles.
On the night that Marilyn died?
On the very night she died, yes.
One of the reasons advanced for the highly secret nature of this investigation was that there could be some type of national security problem in connection with the association between a national figure and a highly publicized entertainer. It was treated as an intelligence division operation. And logically, it could be so treated because there was the involvement of the Attorney General of the United States.
It was immediately after midnight.
And Dr. Greenson was present when she was telling you that?
Yes, he was.
And he didn't disagree?
No, he did not. I asked him very pointedly why it took from midnight, approximately midnight, or 12:30, till about 4:30 to call the police. I'm standing looking at two doctors, both of whom know that this is what we call a coroner's case. They know they have to notify the police, and it takes them 4 hours to get around to it. No, I looked around for any notes, and I looked for any documents, and there were none in evidence. Marilyn Monroe was murdered. She did not commit suicide.